This when members of Rotary International District 9142 paid him a courtesy visit in his office in Awka. Emmanuel Okonkwo's report is taken from our studios.
Dr. Ibezim, who emphasized the need for the wealthy to always assist the downtrodden, described Rotary International as a charity organization committed to putting smiles on the faces of the less privileged. The Deputy Governor commended the organization for its various community services and encouraged them to sustain the tempo while calling for concerted efforts in the fight against polio.
Strong initiative that you're carrying on, the way you're piloting it, and from the area of men that I'm seeing here in the various zone districts, even the tribes there, so much job, because a lot of our youths are deviating. In secondary school, we all started in the north. I have an area of them, and this was when we are together, we sing our songs, and yes, it reminds us of who we are, and that we have to live to impact on life.
Speaking earlier, the leader of the delegation and governor of Rotary International District 9142, Rotarian Akan Emma, restated the commitment of the organization towards rendering selfless and charity services to the society, especially as it concerns eradication of polio and other diseases, noting that Rotary, which is a global non-profit making organization, will not renegade in its support to the society, calling for more well-to-do individuals to identify with them. Rotarian Ekan Emma used the opportunity to invite the Deputy Governor to a Polio Plus seminar that will take place in Awka, which will attract Rotarians from the 7 states that make up District 9142.
Close to 500 or more Rotarians will be arriving in Anambra for our polio summit. And so Anambra will become a beehive of activities for Rotarians. And so we brought that advocacy to you as the Deputy Governor of Anambra. Your Excellency, it will interest you to know that from 1980 till today, it is Rotary that funds the oral polio vaccination to every child that has been born in the world from 1980 till today. Your Excellency, this is what Rotary stands for. We add value to lives.
In a vote of thanks, the Senior Special Assistant to Governor Chukwuma Soludo on special duties, who is the President-elect of Rotary Club of Awka, Rotarian Nwabufo Nwankwo, thanked the Deputy Governor for the warm reception accorded them and reassured him that Rotary will continue with the charity work it had been doing over the years. The event featured decoration of the Deputy Governor with the Rotary materials and presentation of other items to him.
The wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Noye Soludo, says she will continue to mobilize women to lead campaigns and actions for the institution of policies that favor women and children in the state. Mrs. Soludo stated this when the wives of Anglican bishops in the Niger province paid him a courtesy call at the governor's lodge in Amobia. Daniel Ezigwe filed the report, also taken from here.
The Niger province of the Anglican Communion comprises 9 dioceses covering the entire Anambra state and some parts of Enugu state. Addressing the bishop's wives, Mrs. Soludo said that the state government has opened up so many social health, educational and empowerment opportunities solely for women and youths in Anambra state, while promising to continue to mobilize Anambra women to lead conversations and actions for social reforms. The governor's wife said that women are important to her ongoing advocacy to build a human society that works for the good of all. She also urged the bishop's wives to use their leadership positions to educate women on their rules of healthy living and social reforms, informing them about the goals of her healthy living projects. Mrs. Soludo urged them to pay attention to the escalation of social decays in schools and appealed to the cleric wives to help the crusade by teaching mothers their primary responsibilities at home. She restated her determination to make healthy living a common culture in all Anambra homes and called for support to the development policies of the present administration in the state.
Highly recognized initiative. It's been something I've been doing for over 18 years about healthy living living a very healthy life. I started it as a passion. About 10 years ago, I turned it into a business. My business is healthy living fees in the UK. Then now, it's a crusade in Anambra State, trying to make healthy lifestyle, healthy living a culture in our state. Because when you're not healthy, there's nothing you can do. Nothing whatsoever. And what does it take to be healthy? Take over too much. It's just us being conscious of it. And being conscious of it is thinking about what we eat.
Earlier, the leader of the group and wife of the Archbishop of the province of the Niger and Bishop of Awka Diocese, Mrs. Chioma Ibezim, said that part of the aims of the visit was to intimate her on their programs and seek closer collaborations. She described Mrs. Soludo's Healthy Living Crusade as a crucial intervention and promised that they will take its message down to their respective dioceses.
We thank you for extending this invitation to us as mothers of the dioceses for us to interact and share our concerns.
Wife of the Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Lady Oluchi Ibezim, was also present at the meeting.
As part of his commitment to promoting the rich cultural heritage, Anambra State government is organizing a 2023 New Yam Festival today. Anambra State Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism, Mr. Don Onyenje, disclosed this during a press briefing in his office in Awka. Njidoko Koye's report is also taken from our studios.
The event, holding at Dr. Alex Ekweme Square in Awka by 9 o'clock in the morning, will have Governor Chukwuma Soludo as the chief host, while the chairman, Anambra State Council of Traditional Rulers, and the traditional ruler of Onitsha, Igwe Alfred Achebe, will be the father of the day. Mr. Onyenji stated that in line with the vision and manifesto of Governor Soludo, Anambra people in efforts towards promoting and reviving Igbo cultural heritage is holding the first of its kind State New Yam Festival. Noting that Anambra has rich cultural heritage which Governor Soludo wants to develop and showcase to the world. He stated that traditional rulers, President General of Town Unions, among others, are to participate at the age-long festival, which will witness symbolic and real cutting of the yam and display by various dance groups, masquerading, display of local delicacy by different local government areas. The commissioner said that there will also be display of all Igbo known local foods like yam, cocoyam, abacha, fiofio, palm wine, among others.
The Metropolitan Archbishop of Onitsha Ecclesiastical Province, Most Reverend Dr. Valerian Okeke, has commissioned the 1,200 capacity students hostel and dining facility of St. John Science and Technical College, Alo, in Idemili North local government area. Our education correspondent, Queen Andiborg, reports that the commissioning of the facility conceived by the World Bank through the Anambra State government attracted the religious, staff and students of the school, members of Old Boys Association of the school, parents, stakeholders in the education sector, among others. The report.
The 1,200 capacity students hostel and dining facility was initiated and constructed by the administration of former Governor Willie Obiano, completed by the Onitsha Archdiocese and commissioned by the Archbishop, Most Reverend Dr. Okeke. It was gathered that more than 40% of work done in the building of the facility, especially the electrical and metal works, including the silos, all the dining tables, double bunk beds, and many others were done by the students and teachers of the technical department of the school. In his remarks, Archbishop Okeke recounted that since the state government returned mission-owned schools to their owners, there has been tremendous improvement in the quality of education in Anambra.
In St. John's, you recall when we went to Tunisia and won the bronze, we are proving that to be victors and conquerors.
In his address, the principal and manager of the college, Reverend Father Francis Unebu, disclosed that with the completion of the facility, the 1,148 students of the school are more comfortable living in a habitable environment, which he said has eluded them over the years. He noted that the students are comfortable to a reasonable extent, which will enhance their formation and help them become very responsible Christians and honest citizens in the future. The Archbishop, however, noted that work is still ongoing all around the school compound, especially in the area of erosion control, which he said is their greatest challenge presently. Anambra State Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism, Mr. Don Onyenji, who is also an old boy of the school, said that the academic standard of the school is exceptionally high and congratulated the state government, Archbishop Okeke, the Old Boys Association, and the principal of the school, describing them as key players in the education sector.
What I'm seeing here makes me happy. So I want to congratulate the principal. I want to congratulate the state government, the governor of the state. I also want to congratulate the Archbishop himself.
In a goodwill message, the chairman, Anambra State Universal Basic Education, ASUBEB, Dr. Vera Mwadinobi, expressed hope that the light which has started shining in the school with the building of the facility after the fire incidents of last year will continue to shine, and charged teachers at the school not to relent in instilling discipline and good morals in the students. For the president of the Old Boys Association of the college, Chief Cyprian Afunugo, said St. John's Science and Technical College, Alo, is known for excellence and has trained men of value, both in the secular and religious sectors of the society. Cutting of ribbon on the new building, presentation of gift items to the bishop, presentation of awards to some deserving individuals, including President of the Old Boys Association, Chief Afunugo, among others, featured at the event.
The federal government has declared that henceforth Nigeria will adopt the principle of reciprocity in the issuance of visas to foreigners who seek entry into the country. It said foreigners seeking Nigerian visas will be accorded the same treatment meted out to Nigerians in other countries. This is as the government has planned to introduce more stringent surveillance measures at the country's borders in order to checkmate the inflow and outflow of people so as to ensure that the country is safe. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji, just said that the era where countries treat Nigerians with disdain in terms of visa issuance was over, adding that the administration is poised to adopt the principle of give and take in the new approach of issues. The minister noted that the issue of porous border has given serious challenges to the security apparatus of the country and harped on the need to know that the inflow and outflow of people from other countries to Nigeria. Urum Anike community in Awka North local government area has again shown that community development is not just a task for the government, but for all, by executing 2 projects at the community primary and secondary schools and laying stone foundation for the reconstruction of dilapidated community market, Oye Urum. Our correspondent, Emmanuel Okonkwo, reports that the community also procured security gadgets for the vigilante group of the town. His report.
Uruma and Ike community, through the town union, built a 5 blocks modern toilet at community primary school Urum, installed solar system and street lights at community secondary school Urum, procured security gadgets for the Uruma and Ike vigilante group, and equally commenced the reconstruction of the collapsed Oyurum market. Commissioning the project, the Anambra State Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chuomude, represented by Zonal Education Officer, Awka Zone, Chief Ambrose Ikwunyelo, who restated the commitment of Governor Chukwuma Soludo administration towards revamping the education system of the state, commended Uruma and Ike community for embarking on the projects to support government's efforts in the education sector to promote qualitative learning and comfort of students and teachers, assuring that efforts will be made to ensure that the community schools benefit from every intervention from the government for schools in Anambra. Flagging off the construction of the dilapidated Oyurum market, the member representing Awka North at the State House of Assembly, Honorable Chimezie Ikwunne, commended the efforts of the President General of Uruma and Ike community, Mr. Aloysius Tabanse, towards total transformation of the town describing the market project and others as things that will speak for him in times to come.
Appropriation I akwado budget ibe ayi alụ na 2024. Mma yokwa governor anyị na ọka n'otu n'ebe ọ kacha bụ n'obi ka ama ya akpọkwu nke aka ụzọ nkezi ebe n'ebe ọkụ ibe a na-ekwu bụ na ọ bụ na oke ezu ọkụ ya na ọkwa dị eziokwu so oke unu ya elu unu unu agbalụ gọọmenti mbọ.
This administration led by His Excellency Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo is bent on securing the life and property of Ndị Anambra. Today, Urum as a community has come up with something to assist their community.
Since inception, we vow that we do everything through community effort to see that our people feel the impact of governance. It's a great thing of joy for us today that we decided to invite government to help us to see some of those things we have been able to do and also call the attention to some of the things that we need. Something like road. The nature of the road we have is not something we can do on community base. It's something that we hope and believe that government can help us to do. Our road from Isuanocha to Urum is just about 5 kilometers, which we know that government can easily do it for us.
Some of the stakeholders in the community, including chiefs Matthew Nwodo and Ephraim Nnemeka, thanked God for giving them Mr. Tabansi as their President General, noting that Uruma and Ike community has witnessed a lot of positive changes through his leadership and prayed God to give him more wisdom and knowledge to pilot the affairs of the town. From Urum in Awka North local government area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
And on the foreign scene, the United States has said that China is expanding its arsenal of nuclear weapons even more quickly than expected. China had more than 500 operational nuclear warheads by May 2023 and was on track to exceed previous projections, the Pentagon said in its annual report on China's military power, which was released recently. It added that Beijing was likely to have more than 1,000 operational nuclear warheads by 2030 and will continue expanding its capabilities to ensure its modernization is basically complete by that year. That will still be considerably below the US and Russia's current deployed nuclear arsenal. However, with Washington having about 1,410 nuclear warheads and China 1,500 and Russia having 1,550, China is currently embarking on a mission to develop new weaponry and enhance its military training as part of a major modernization drive to ensure the country has a world-class military by 2049. Squash enthusiasts have applauded the decision of the International Olympic Committee to officially include squash as a sport at the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. The World Squash Federation and the Professional Squash Association extended their gratitude to the organizing committee of the LA 28 Olympic Games and the IOC for including squash. Reacting to the news, President Nigeria Squash Federation Boye Oyerinde described the development as a good news for the development of squash. Tommy Falasse, the chairman Lagos State Squash Association, said the idea of players competing on the world stage will make squash highly competitive. Busayo Latunji, the #2 ranked female player in the country, said the possibility of representing the country at the Olympics was exciting. Onapem Po Adegoke, the #1 ranked male player in the country, added that it's a great time to be a squash player and he is looking forward to representing Nigeria at the global stage. And that's the news this morning. Thanks for joining us, but remember that you can follow news and programs from ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Awka. You can follow us on X at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Before we go, here are the main points again. We told you that Anambra State Deputy Governor Ibezim has called for collective efforts in fight against polio. As wife of Anambra State Governor, Mrs. Soludo has urged women to champion campaigns for social reforms. The federal government is to adopt principle of reciprocity in issuance of visas to foreigners. We also told you that the United States has accused China of expanding its nuclear weapon arsenal. Remember, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news this morning. Thanks for joining us. I am David Opokwasale.